Great to have you with us on Intruders TV Music. We're here in East London at the Hoxton Hotel and we're about to sit down with City Drum Ensemble. I've heard he's a lovely guy. I'm very much looking forward to discussing international music with him. Let's go and have a chat. And how in touch were you with the German music scene? Because Germany is obviously well known for producing quite hard-hitting house music and techno and that sort of thing. Did you then draw influence as your career progressed? Or did you turn to places like Chicago and Detroit for instance?
Honestly, the first influence on me besides jazz and hip-hop from an electronic music view was UK related music. That means Warp Records, because in my local town you wouldn't have a record store that would sell new 12 inches or albums by electronic artists, so the only thing you would have would be like CDs from labels that were big enough to actually release CDs and not only vinyl. And so Warp Records was a big influence on me, but on Warp you also had people like Electroids that were more into this Detroit thing, or it's actually Drexia, you know, so.
That's incredibly interesting, because as I mentioned, I sat down with DJ Marky earlier on today, and he said exactly the same thing. When he was really getting into music, it was Warp Records that he was listening to. What is it about Warp Records in particular that has such great reach?
It's just, for me, there was no other option than actually, I mean, it's a small town, so you have a CD section maybe this big, with dance music, and it would be like some shitty trance samplers or whatever, and a label that was big in the 90s with electronic music that these shops would just buy because they know they sell, and at the same time it's like very well received in the critics and stuff. And Warp Records was the electronic music label from that period, together with maybe let me think. Honestly, it's really hard to find another label that has the same kind of influence or even output like Warp Records. And
because that's something that Warp has, in my opinion, always done so well. It's always looked for experimental music, always looked for something that's different, citing people like Flying Lotus as an example, or Harmonic 313.
But that's now, I mean, like back when I listened to Warp, for example, I remember I bought Boards of Canada, the first album, right when it came out, and it was something, that's what was Warp Records at that time, you know, like this whole smoky Nightmares on Wax at the same time, you know, this whole really doped up hip-hop beats over with some crazy samples or whatever. And I was like 13 or 14, and it totally, you know, like hit me in the heart, you know, because I was also trying to get rid of the whole rap thing but still make hip-hop beats. So Warp Records was really influencing me big time.